Hey happy hearts, it is Kylie here today and I am going to be doing a very anticipated video, at least for those of you guys who have checked out my other video that I just recently posted, probably last month sometime. You guys would have gotten a preview of what was to come. So today I am going to be working on my terrariums, whatever, I don't know what you call it. Is it a vivarium or a terrarium? I know one means like you have a living animal in it and the other one means the opposite. I don't have anything living in this besides some plants. But this thing has been severely neglected and I just want to jump right into this video and hopefully it'll end up being a little better than what it was. Personally, I don't think I'm going to be doing it 100% correctly. Like, I know you should probably put leca on the bottom. I don't currently have my leca. I think all my leca is actually stored at my parents' house still. Yeah, so I have a bunch of leca at my parents' house, but I don't have that physically with me, and we're just gonna make do, okay? We're gonna make do. So I already tore off a plant, or a portion of my plant, because, okay, you know what? We're just gonna bring you in, and we're gonna kind of give you what's going on inside. So excuse my shaky hands. Yeah, so I have a couple dead plants in here, one that's still trying to survive, one that, like, I don't know, you guys, it's just a mess. And that thing right here, she has grown all the way up the top, which when you open it, I have just now broken off that portion. Yeah, so this is my project for today. It's gonna be crazy. I've got my youngest taking a nap currently. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I have my youngest currently taking a nap, and then my oldest is in her bedroom playing. So hoping that this video is going to be on the quieter side for once. But yeah, so I don't know if you can tell, but the cords are like black. I think it's really gross. It's mold, I know what it is. But that's just because I didn't give it enough airflow. I had a fan blowing at one point in here, and that fan lasted maybe just a few months before it broke and just stopped working. I think the humidity was just way too high for the fan. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm gonna make a lot of plants mad today by moving and rearranging things, but I'm hoping in the long run it will be better for them, if that makes sense. So first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and pull everything out. I have a couple bags here next to me that I'm going to end up throwing the old sphagnum moss away, because I had snails in this thing for a while and I could not get rid of them, and I still think they're there, I just haven't found them. But when I bought my orchids from an Etsy shop a couple years ago, and they came with snails, so when I put them in here not thinking about it, they were already in the substrate that they were in. The snails ended up munching on all of the plants in here. So yeah, this is gonna be a work in progress for me for sure, but we're gonna hopefully, fingers crossed, make it look somewhat pleasant to look at again. So yeah, let's go ahead and start clearing out everything that's in this terrarium thing. Okay, so now that I got this sort of wiped down and sort of clean, this is a lot better than what it was. We're gonna go ahead and put some new sphagnum moss in. I don't know if you can see it. I have a bucket that's been soaking. So we're gonna go ahead and just add some new sphagnum moss to keep the humidity up in here. I'm pretty sure in my Amazon link in the description, I have shared with you guys what sphagnum moss I use. So if you guys are wondering, go ahead and click the link in the description box and it will show you guys what sphagnum moss I use. I'm over here squeezing out most of the extra water because I don't want it to be way too damp. Well, we're just gonna go ahead and fill her on up. This looks pretty good. I kind of wanted to meet the level of where the glass hits. So that's kind of what I'm doing. All right, maybe just a little more for some good measure. I'm giving myself some good luck here. Hopefully everything does well. This is the exciting part. I bought this back when I did my orchids. Like I put them on this cork bark, which I did buy off of Amazon. I will see if I can find it again, because this was like a massive piece that I broke off for those orchid pieces, and this is what I had left. So my idea was to put this in the back rather than that piece of wood, because I'm trying to get rid of a lot of the stuff that was in here previously because of the snail infestation I had. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. And I'm thinking, what way do I want it? I think I want this on the bottom, this portion. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, that looks so cool. You guys can't see it the way that I can see it. But I'll bring you guys down in just a second, because now I'm going to be able to start putting plants in here again. And I'm hoping that this will be a decent, you know, thing for my, I cannot think of what this plant name is, but to see this plant climbing on it, I think is going to look so, so cool. Alrighty. So I'm gonna bring you guys back down so that you're level with me, and we can go ahead and talk about the plants that are going back in here. This is such a great angle. Oh, where's my coffee? Oh. So now I think you guys can see it a little better. I am gonna stuff some sphagnum moss into some of the crevices that are on this cork bark, so that way when the plant reaches that level, they can, you know, have another spot to start to root into. But yeah, So I think I'm also going to add a little bit of my Hoya serpens in here just to see how that does. Okay, sorry about that. My oldest came out and wanted to come sit in the living room, but she's watching kids YouTube right now, and can't do that, copyright. But anyway, so one of the plants that I'm going to quick repot and then pop in here is this begonia. I don't remember the name of this. I got it off of Botanica's website. Same with this terrarium thing. So this begonia has been living its entirety of its life in here. It has died back a couple different times, but for the most part, it's been pretty resilient. It's one of my favorite begonias because it seems to be doing well. It's got red backing. It's super pretty, but it definitely needs an up pot because it's still in the same pot that it was in when I bought from Botanica's to begin with. So this is one of them that's gonna go in here. And it needs some support, so I was thinking onto the bark as well. So for this other plant, this is the one that I feel bad for getting rid of the entirety of this plant, but if you can tell, it's been kind of like laggy. Like it was so small when I got it, and I put it on this piece, and it's been doing well, and I don't really want to get rid of it. Maybe I'll find somewhere to put it, but it cannot go back in here because with the situation I was having, the snails, I want to make sure that like this bark itself doesn't get put back in. A part of me wants to put it back in here just because it's been living so well and it's been doing so well, but I also feel like starting with some of its bigger pieces is also okay. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hate myself for this, but I don't know. Like, I don't want to do that to the plant. Is that mean? I don't like to toss plants that are doing somewhat okay. This plant, I don't know what I'm gonna do with. It's another one from Botanica's. It's doing all like pretty bad, but there's a new leaf right here. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely needed an up pot, but I think I'm just gonna trim it all the way back and start this plant over in here, like a fresh new plant. This one is also doing all right. It's a very silvery plant. It's super pretty. It was actually doing better, but then I let it dry out too much. So I'm gonna repot this one in hopes that it'll do better. And then this one right here, I am going to chop it back a little bit. I think this one has some roots right here. Not amazing roots, but some roots, and maybe it will do better for me. It's got a bunch of roots at the bottom. It's just lanky and doesn't know what it wants to do with itself. So yeah. This is another one from Botanica's as well. It's super pretty. It's just basically green, and on the back it's got some orange as well. This was my Darth Vaderiana, or whatever one that was. Yeah, please don't come for me. I have killed 2 of them so far because I bought it again and killed it again. And then I had another one, and I don't know what that one was, but that one's dead too. I don't know. And then this Piper plant, I'm gonna completely take out, and I'm gonna try to root just one leaf because that's the type of plant this is. You can root it by the leaf. Oh, it's got a little baby one coming in. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I definitely need to get rid of the sphagnum moss that it's in, because as you can see, something is eating away at this plant. Whatever it is, it's gotta go. It cannot go back into this, this thing. And then I have a bunch of parts of that plant. Why am I blanking on it? I don't know why I'm blanking. But yeah, so I have quite a few pieces to it. So hopefully the whole back will look really cool at some point. I might just toss this one because it's just a one leaf, but we'll throw it in there, see how it does. If it dies off, then I'll get rid of it. But yeah, so that is what is going on in here. I also have a couple of the same begonia here that were rooting on just the bottom. And they did all right. I don't know. You guys, I try with begonias, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so let me start repotting some of these plants. I am going to be using just clear cups. I want to see, I mean, this isn't much bigger than what it was currently in, but I feel like it's gonna work. And I like that it's all clear, or like a dusty clear, rather than this, because this has got like, I don't know, I don't really like the colorfulness of these cups. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop a couple holes in this. That way I can actually put them in some dirt, and they have the humidity from, you know, this, and they're getting the nutrients from the dirt and everything like that. So let's go. I don't think this is gonna work. No, they're like too weak. Well, I tried a couple different things, and the only thing that's really working is stabbing it with a knife. So that's what I am doing. Okay. And now that that is done, I have a little bucket of soil here. Let's start with this one, because this one seems like it'd be the easiest. You can't see very well, but I'm going to go ahead and just, oh yeah, I wanted to get rid of the extra soil, but that worked really well. It's not rooted very well. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. And I'm sticking it deeper into here than what you guys saw, just because I want it to get better roots growing from the stem itself. So instead of cutting off all the roots and just trying to start the plant completely over, we're gonna do it this way in hopes that she thrives in the dirt. So there is one. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. Normally I wouldn't take off so much of the soil that it was currently in, but because of situation. I want to get most of it off just because I don't want to end up with more snails if there was still any alive yet, because I haven't seen them in a while. I'm gonna go ahead and put some soil in here, and so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna cut that off, right? So we're gonna start with another portion of this plant. So we're gonna have two little pieces to this plant. We have one with the tiniest amount of roots here, and then we have one with the rest of the roots. Hopefully we get some growth. Hopefully I don't kill this one off because it's gonna struggle to stay alive. We'll see. I think with the humidity and everything and fresh everything, this whole plant might just do pretty decent. Okay, there's that one. Oh shoot. There's no drainage hole in this one. I grabbed from the wrong pile. I gotta start this one over. Okay. Get that one out of here. I don't need one without a drainage hole. Okay. Okay. Let's try this again, but we're gonna pop this one in first. Maybe I can get some better balance here now that I'm working. Like this. Okay. Trying to get that one to stay down. There is charcoal and a little bit of bark, but not a whole lot. I didn't want to completely like, I wanted to make this soil like hold moisture a little better, but also still give it enough drainage so that it's not crazy hard on the plants. But yeah, there's a little bit of orchid bark, a little bit of charcoal, and some, I think it's perlite, and one other thing, but now I can't remember. Okay, this looks a lot better now. So I'm glad I had to repot it into a pot with some drainage holes. So there's that one. Okay. Okay, drainage hole, check. Okay, we're gonna do the big boy here, because I need some stabilization. Okay, set that down. There is a ton of roots on this guy, so we're gonna try our best to get it all in here and not cover up this little baby plant in there. I think I'm gonna get a bamboo skewer actually for this one. Maybe that will give me some more space. So I might actually do a bamboo skewer for this one to kind of keep it upright. there's that one. Oh, stay, please. Okay, that's decent. Okay, oh, I'm making a mess. So, is it bad of me to like completely cut off this bad leaf? Because I got it cleared of that, and you see the two new, I don't know. I just don't really like the leaf. And the thought of whatever's been like munching on it. Okay, well, I'm for sure gonna peel some of that off. So it looks a little better. We'll just work with that one. Okay, and then there's another one in here. This is itty bitty little leaf. I am potting that in a pot like this because I think it truly needs dirt to be happy. This might be a little bit of a struggle to plant this one. Okay, that didn't end up looking too bad. If you can see, there's two tiny little green spots where two leaves are gonna be forming soon, and then that one is a decent leaf, so I left it on. I tore off most of that leaf because it was pretty bad. And we will see how this one forms, you know, like we'll see how this one goes, because this one, I don't know, it's on the edge. Okay. Now for the last little begonia, I'm gonna go ahead and chop this up because this is just too stringy for me. Yes, you're supposed to sanitize your scissors between plants, but your girl here does not care. Okay, here's one little one. Here's another one. I'm probably going to separate them though, into like two different plant pots maybe. That way I give it the best chance at thriving all together. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop another hole into this one. Going to pop them right into the dirt because I don't think any of them have roots long enough to like really do anything. So we're gonna do, oh, I just broke that one. Okay, no, I'm tossing it, I'm sorry. I can't do it. It's way too small. There's like no stem there. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one instead. So each one of these plants will have two little plants in them, or two little stems. Gotta get it so that, there we go. So the leaves aren't touching the dirt a whole lot. There's one. And neither of these two have roots at all. So we'll see how this goes. I think eventually I'm gonna take these ones out because they do all right outside of the terrarium, but I don't know. As you can see, me and begonias are not like best friends, so I'm afraid that if I take them out, then I'm gonna neglect them, and then they're really screwed. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do this number, just holding it from the sides. All right, so there's that. I want to do a little bit of my Hoya serpens. So let me go get a cutting of my Hoya serpens and I'll be right back. I have two. Here is one, fresh cuttings clearly. This one has a long start. And then here is another one with two little leaves on it. And I'm going to use one of the little itty bitty ones of this. Now I can pop these in here. I'm gonna have to wet the soil pretty well, but oh. This one does not want to go in. There. Here is my two little serpent babies that are gonna go in there. I'm so excited to see how they do. I'm gonna go ahead and take this cutting here. So I have that baby. And I am going to take off the two little leaves down at the bottom so that I give it the best chance at growing into some dirt, because I am going to attempt one at least in dirt. And I'll use, I'm gonna use this, I think. Drill a couple holes in the bottom. Thankfully, this was a little bit thicker of a plastic than those cups are. So, with each one of these, I'm going to take off some of the bottom parts so that way I can, oh my goodness, maybe it doesn't want me to. I'm gonna say so I can root it in the substrate. Okay, well this one you can see it's got a little bit of a stem. Let's see if I can do this one. Without ripping off the stem. There's another one. And then this was the big guy. Oh, almost ripped him. That's the big guy. All right, let's fill this up with dirt. Some dirt. I'm gonna be able to stick this one in like right here. Oh, it literally just popped off. Like it snapped. Cool. This is not fun. Having to like tear apart the plant in order to get it to hopefully root into dirt. Okay, so here is one. Be able to just stick it in like that, and it's gonna kind of look a little funny at first until it starts to grow itself onto the little platform here. Stick another one in there, and then the final one right next to it. So they're all going to be right next to each other because I want to, you know, get them to go climbing right up the back of that. But I'm also just gonna maybe plop these ones right on top because these ones were like the ones that broke, and just see if they'll, let's see what they'll do, right? So I'm actually just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and water all my plants now because I have them all done. We're gonna quick water them, and then you can tag along with me as I fill my plant terrarium thing. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is just tuck some of this sphagnum moss into this thing, even though I don't think it will need it right away, but you never know. And we're just gonna go ahead and just stuff it in certain spots to try to help hold some water. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need anywhere else. Even here is a little high for now. But yeah, we're making it so that when the plants do kind of crawl up there, I'm gonna have spots for them that we'll be able to grab onto. All right, so now that the plants are done being watered, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a couple of them and start placing them in here. The first one being this. I think I'm going to tuck it in right in here so that it can grab right on whenever it is ready. Okay. Oh, sorry, I bumped that. There's one. And like I said, I don't know how these ones are going to do, but we're just gonna pop them on here on the dirt and we'll see how it goes. Maybe they'll root themselves and we'll have a big pot of it. I don't know. So the next one is my little Hoya serpens. I'm gonna pop this one probably like right here. Actually, I don't know, because I feel like once this one starts to grow, it's going to like cover. Maybe I'll put this one kind of down here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Then I have this begonia, and I wanted to stake it, but I think it's gonna look really cute in this corner. Hoping you guys can see that. So I'll dig it a little hole. Hold on, begonia. Right here. And that way, oh man, this is not good. There we go. That way it just kind of fills out some of this already. I'll have to keep up on taming that one. She gets a little crazy. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and take this begonia and probably put it in this corner over here. I'll show you guys in just a second. And then this begonia here is probably gonna go right in the middle again. I'm sorry if my feet look very bad. It is what it is. We're gonna pop this one right in here. Okay. I think I'm going to put the two that are similar, like the two begonias that are similar, right in here. Or actually, we'll stick one of them right in here. Okay, and then the piper, I'm gonna go ahead and stick kind of at the front here. there. I think that's going to be really cool. The reason I stuck that serpents back there is because I want it to climb up if it can. I think it will, I don't know, I just want to test it out and see how it does. So let's see what it looks like from the outside. Okay, so I'm not sure why I didn't think of this sooner, but I placed this thing on top of one of my cement planters. But you guys, this is literally like so pretty to look at. I wish I would have done this sooner. But I don't know, it looks so pretty. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see next. I do plan on making a update video on a lot of the plants that are doing really well for me now. So stay tuned for that video. I'm gonna kind of do a walk around if that's what you guys would want to see, because there's quite a few plants in my collection that are growing and making me so happy. So I'll definitely have to share with you guys some of the highlights that I'm seeing these days. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck around for the whole thing, make sure you like this video and make sure you put a comment down below what you guys want to see next from my channel. This makes me so happy. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!